Good morning, welcome to Istanbul Park in Turkey. We are here for the final weekend of World RX Action 2024. We're on the starting grid for what is going to be a title deciding weekend. That's the run for the first corner, last minute preparations taking place. A couple of things while we're down here. These are the jump start markers, which we'll talk about in commentary. So the sticks stand up, and when they get knocked down at the race start, then the races go. Should you jump the start and you knock it down, that's what determines a jump start. Have a look behind you there, Liam. There are the spotters right on top of the building at the end of the very impressive Formula One facility here. And let's go and have a quick chat with some of the drivers in the pre-grid area ahead of this first practice session. Now, the track was finished yesterday. Massive effort from the local crew and the World RX organisers to get this event underway in a pretty short time scale. And I absolutely loved this circuit when we came here in 2014 and 2015. One man that wasn't here back then was Nicholas Gronholm. Nicholas, good to see you, mate. What are your thoughts on this circuit?
Yeah, it looks good for me. I think it's a pretty narrow gravel section, but hopefully the grip is good. Then we can see some good racing. But yeah, in general, I think it just looks a little bit slippery, but the layout is pretty good.
We had a great battle of the technologies in Portugal. I think it was the closest it's been between the cars. What are your expectations here?
No, yeah, we'll see. I don't have any expectations how it's going to play out, but yeah, I think it's the strongest driver lineup this year with O'Donovan coming in and two from the French Championship. So the level is going to be high, even though we are not too many cars. But yeah, I think the racing is going to be really good.
Thank you, Nicholas. Speak to you later. Nicholas, of course, referencing the fact that there's three wildcard entries, ostensibly European champion Patrick O'Donovan, Stephen Bossard, who won the French Championship after a long time away in Rallycross, and Juha Rukkanen, who famously finished on the podium in Kouvola. Timmy Hansen looking at his watch, waiting to start practice. How's it going, mate?
Yeah, I wanted to check if it's time to put the helmet on. I think it is, but yeah.
You haven't got anyone in your ear because you've got no helmet on. Do you feel a bit lost?
Yeah, I just got you in my ear. No, it's good. It's great to be here. It's like kind of warm in the sun right now. Looking down on the sods right here. Like a lot of things has to be decided this weekend. The race itself and the championship for this year. But it's a perfect place to end the year. This track opens up for a lot of good racing, so I'm looking forward.
You're one of the few people that was here last time. Like, you know, there's only a few of us that have been here for the duration, and you have great memories from 2015.
Yeah, exactly. I got the win there in 2015. Was very nice. Good battles. Crazy that one semi-final race. I hope we'll see more of that. You know, that's what Rallycross is about.
And it's a great circuit for that. It's quite confined, but there's lots of corners that lead into the next one, and the gravel then was quite high grip. Now it looks quite slippy, so lots of variables as well.
Yeah, the gravel might be different now, though we don't really know. We've chosen some setup, but we'll see if we need to change it between the FP1 and FP2. It's very short of time, so we've already prepared the next change in the garage if we need to do it, depending on how grippy the track is.
Good luck, mate. Thank you for speaking to us, Timmy Hansen. Let's. I think we've got a bit of time here, so let's just have a look around the front at Timmy's brother Kevin, who is the closest driver to Johan Kristoffersen, championship leader in the points, and realistically the only driver that can stop Johan taking the title, which will likely happen today if Johan gets the kind of results he's had through the course of the season. Let's have a quick word with Johan's teammate, Ola Christian Veiby. First of all, mate, rally legend. What do you say?
Legend. Best rally in the world.
How upset is the rev limiter with you? Because I watched some videos and it took some abuse.
Yeah, it got a bit beating, yeah.
These cars, I know we all talk about them being amazing, a supercar and RX1 car as they're called now, but in that rally environment, they're absolutely wild, aren't they?
Yeah, it's so crazy. You can't imagine. And I've been there for 3 years now in a row, and it's just getting bigger and bigger. And yeah, for me, it's the highlight of the season, and it's just all about having fun, putting on a big show, and the spectators, they love that.
And now it's all about this weekend, brand new track for you, like it is for many of the drivers. What are your thoughts from the track walk?
Yeah, we can definitely not do like we did in Rally Legend, do that sliding. So just, but I mean, I had some seat time and getting a bit even more used to the car. So So yeah, it's all about keeping it neat and tidy here. I think it's all about getting the exits right and not sliding too much.
And trying to go out on a high ahead of the winter.
Yeah, that's the target.
Good luck, mate. Thanks to Ole Christian. This is Juha Ruktanen. Juha, just quickly, mate, I know you're getting ready. How pleased are you to be back in World RX?
It's nice to be back.
Just being pushed out the way for Johan Kristoffersen, making a late arrival to pre-grid. Yeah, you've been here before. You've raced this car before, or this type of car before in World RX. You've been in the French Championship this year. The level's going to be high this weekend, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really high. Yeah, but let's see what happens.
Cool, thank you. Great to have you here. Juha Ruktanen, of course, had that amazing podium in 2020 in Kouvola, his home race, when he was racing that GRX Hyundai. Let's have a word with this driver as well. Stephen Bossard, it's a long time since you've been in an FIA Rallycross paddock. You returned this year for the French Championship and had an amazing season. How is it to be back here?
Yeah, the last time was in 2014 for the Super 16 in Loyac, so happy to be here. First time in World RX, so new experience. So we'll see after a great season that I had on my first year in Supercar, so looking for the weekend.
So for reference, you won the French Championship, and the level is very high. As a domestic championship, it's very, very strong. So you're used to fighting in a competitive field. What are your expectations for this weekend?
Yeah, all the drivers are quite good in France. The pack is quite compact, and so we'll see. The track is different to what we are used to, so we need to adapt, and for sure the competition is really high this weekend. So we know it will be tough.
Finally, your own company, Boss Suspension, supplies the dampers for many Rallycross teams and cars. How useful is that for you when you're behind the wheel of one of these amazing machines yourself?
Then I can see what the work we do, and to understand more what we are doing, and to try to understand what we can develop in the future. And so we try different things. Again, we will try a few things this weekend, and I use that for the development as well.
Thank you, Stephen. We'll let you focus. Great to have you here. And these guys can be a proper challenge this weekend. Sticker on the door there indicating that this is the car that Anton Markland drove to the 2022 European Rallycross Championship title with set promotion. Let's have a look. Clara Anderson is in her car as well. Actually, Liam, change of plan. Let's go up to the grid area and have a look at some starts, because there's no pre-starts now in World RX. The challenge there is for the internal combustion cars, because with the various parameters you've got with the boost settings and the launch settings, it's hard to set the car up. We're going to be a bit cheeky here and have a little shifty around this fence. Let's have a look at the back of the grid here, Liam. This is a unique place to be, and we're very, very lucky to be able to stand here. Dave Ryan from the FIA making his way into position behind us. So that's Johan Kristoffersen on the left, on the pole position. He takes that grid position in Heat 1 as the championship leader. The start marshals here in Turkey. This is their first opportunity to practice the race start procedure this weekend. So Kristoffersen, Hansen Kevin, OC Baby, Hansen Timmy, Nicholas Gronholm on the outside. We'll have a 5-car race in the first race in Heat 1 and in Heat 2. And let's listen to this 601 RX from KMS launch off the line as Kristoffersen heads into practice for the first time. I'm so excited because this is an unknown. Most of the drivers haven't been here before. The track's very different to last time anyway in terms of its grip levels. And really, I think anything you learned nearly a decade ago in 2015 is probably a little bit irrelevant given how different the cars are now. I had a lot of discussions yesterday about how different the cars are now to back then in 2015. wheel spin for Johan Kristoffersen in that first launch. Of course, they've no idea really what the grip level is, and now they can use that data. Kevin Hansen getting that all-electric powertrain down. A lot of wheel spin as well for OC Veby in Kristoffersen's sister car. Let's watch Timmy Hansen. Tricky to get these cars off the line. You want to get the least wheel spin you can while not bogging, and that's easier said than done when it comes to an internal combustion machine. Right, we're going to have a bit of a rush down here, mate, because these cars are going to get called to the grid. Here, Veby on the limiter that he abused so much in Rally Legend a couple of weeks ago. Let's have a quick word with Clara Anderson before she goes out on track. This is such a unique opportunity to speak to these drivers. Clara, welcome to Istanbul. How's it been so far?
It's been cool. It's my first time here. The track looks tricky, but it looks like it has a nice flow, so I'm excited to try it.
What's the mindset before practice here? It's a unique experience for us to get to speak to high-level sports people seconds before you go out on track. You've never been on this track before. It's very different to 2015. What's going through your head?
It's some butterflies in the stomach for sure. You feel excited. You feel you have some expectations, and it's not all the time that you get to experience a new World RX track for the first time. So I will enjoy these two practice sessions and hopefully prepare ourselves for Q1 as best as possible.
I'm excited too. See you later. Thank you, Clara. And then finally, so we get almost all the drivers, a quick word here with European champion Patrick O'Donovan. Patrick, you're making a bit of habit of turning up at the last World RX round. You were at Hong Kong last year. You had a dream podium. What are your expectations this weekend with championship pressure off?
Yeah, I'm not really too sure what to expect. Everyone always says, oh, like, do I have expectations? You don't have expectations. I think there's expectations there, but there's no pressure to follow up on them. There's no championship pressure, so I'm just out here to have a bit of fun, send it, and of course, I've not come here to try and make up the numbers, so I don't care if there's a championship going on at the moment between the top few boys. I'm here to ruffle up some feathers and make a stamp for my name.
Very different to last year as well. Last year you were in a single mate car running within the Hansen team. Now you're here with your own team, and it's the same again as what you've been doing all year. Does that make it different?
Yeah, it's a car I know, so it's nice because I can get out of it, and I know that if I want to make a setup change, I can tell the engineer and we can discuss and we can look to try and do something. We know what it's going to do. So we're in a bit of a unique position there, but no, I think knowing it's my own car, the car is getting on now, it's 8 years old, so but the technology's been a little bit developed, so yeah, we'll see how it fares up. Not really too sure what to expect until we get out there, so we'll see.
You did a track walk yesterday. I guess everyone's done one this morning as well. What do you think of the Istanbul circuit?
Yeah, no, I think it's it looks pretty insane, to be honest. I've watched all the races you can find on YouTube, and it just looks like it's great for overtaking. There's some huge opportunity, and I think it's going to be adrenaline packed.
Thank you, Patrick. Good luck this weekend. Cheers to the Team RX guys there. Liam, shall we have a quick look? Have we got time? Let's have a quick look back up to back up the grid as the first run drivers are just finishing their session. Bryn Lucas, so how interesting to find you looking at the timing screen. What are the times looking like?
Well, if you're Johan, ominous, I'd say. He's done a 104, OC's just done a 103, so they're looking pretty quick out there. And then it's the rest, as we expect. But yeah, Johan's laying down the marker at this stage. It's just exciting to be back here and see what they can do out on this track, isn't it?
I used to love coming to the World RX races in 14 and 15 because quite often you would get a driver like Petter Solberg going out and absolutely nailing a lap early on. Wouldn't necessarily be the quickest, but it'd be spectacular, and then tied it up a bit. I think Johan is a bit the same. He'll be absolutely flat out looking for the limits, looking for where you can maybe be over the limit and then dial it back a bit.
Except he's just done a 102.6 there, so he's done a 104, a couple of 106s and a 102.6, which is, I mean, it's an ominous sign, as we know with Johan.
That's probably the least consistent he'll be all weekend.
Yeah, I imagine so. But yeah, it's looking good. It's great to be here, isn't it? And it's a nice environment to be back in, and this is very, very exciting to see in the pre-group with so many, 9 cars out there. But it's also nice to see Patrick O'Donovan down there as well. European champion making his way into the Worlds again. So what can he do? What do you reckon he can do?
It's fascinating, and the two Hyundais, Patrick. We've got a very high level of of guest drivers here, haven't we? So look forward to it. Cheers, Bryn. Let's have a quick look at the timing screen here, Liam. I don't know if it's too reflective or not, but so these are the names obviously in the stack. This is their best lap. This is the gap to best. These are the different sectors. So this is what we see in the commentary box. Kristoffersen look on a 7.6 there. 7.7 for Nicholas in his best first sector, but that's also twisted here because they're returning to the paddock, and then you've got all the individual laps. Let's just run up and have a listen to these starts for the last time. Notice how you're not running, mate, but I'm the one looking silly. Standard. So Clara Anderson on pole, and she will remain on pole for the opening heat. Those positions will be reversed for heat 2, and she will start on the outside. But Clara, the only championship regular in this race, so she takes pole by virtue of her position in the World Championship standings. The marshal gives her the I'm looking at you gesticulation. 5 laps indicated. A little pause. So it's Anderson, O'Donovan, Stephen Bossard and Juha Ryktönen. Those Hyundais can be very strong this weekend. I'm fascinated to see how the final start grid is going to turn out this afternoon for round 9 here, because I don't think we've had as many unknowns in a World RX event since the first electric race back in Norway 2022. Barely any wheel spin at all for Clara Anderson. A lot of wheel spin for Patrick O'Donovan. That very unique sound from the Peugeot. Maybe bogged a bit for Bossard there off the line. And Juha Ryktönen away with his Pipo engine in the Hyundai. Let's have a little look, Liam, into this section of the lap as well. Passing the massive Turkish flag. O'Donovan super sideways out of the hairpin. Oh, and he's hit the wall. Patrick O'Donovan does a donut, gets back going again. That's how slippery it is on the loose surface section. He was very sideways out of this hairpin. This is where the track transitions from Formula 1 into Rallycross. Clara Anderson, oh, Clara's in the wall as well. Just indicating just how low the grip levels are. So there's a little jump that we see O'Donovan come over there. And now he's into this slippery corner. Clara just getting the car unsettled on the brakes. And now the pressure's on for a mistake early on, because you not only lose the laps, but it's in your head as well. And this is where the psychology of a professional driver really comes into it, because you need to immediately get your head back in the game. What sort of damage has Clara got? Let's see if we can see over the wall. Oh yeah, it's broken the front steering. So we've run down to the Formula 1 pit lane here in Istanbul Park and have a look at the rear of Clara Anderson's cars. Clara just returns to the paddock area. Broken right rear suspension. Let's see if we can jump in here, Liam. We won't get in the way of the guys. Let's come around the back and try and grab a word. Clara, I'm sure you don't really want to speak to me. What happened?
No, I was a bit too aggressive on over the crest, so just slid out a little bit and bent the arm just a little bit, so it should be okay. But yeah, a shame to not get all the laps.
I'm sure the car will be fine. It's more about losing those laps, but there's not loads of practice anyway, so if you can come back and have a good run in FP2, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a bit shit, but it is what it is. So I have some good data now for Niklas. It looks good, so I could still feel the car and the feedback, so I hope that we can take that with us.
See you later. Thank you, Clara. Let's have a quick look around here, Liam, because this is great access with Ronaldo from Volvo Construction Equipment. So look how much that wheel's towing out, and by that I mean it's pointing out. Look forward to FP2 and Heat 1 later on today, because I think the racing is going to be absolutely fantastic here. Make sure to watch it all on Rally TV. We'll see you this afternoon.